Welcome to the world's dumbest live stream. If you couldn't tell by the title, I'm reading this dumb book for school. Because I literally have nothing else to do. I just got a subscriber also, cool. Isn't that just great? Bring out the pop chat real quick though, hold up. Where are they at? What the fuck? Alright, cool. All is well. Got the chat, we got the book. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I said it. The book is called The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. I believe she is of a non-American descent. So, you know, all is well. The House on Mango Street, yeah. I don't know if y'all are gonna watch this fucking stream even. I have nothing else to stream, and, you know. Baby bad. Yes! Yes I am. You old man. I have nothing else to stream, and I have little to no motivation to do really anything. So this is all that I'm gonna do, because my phone's charging, so I can't really draw, and my voice acting, I'm not really fucking digging it right now. Plus my computer's just like fucking slow as hell, and I'm just overall not motivated, and the only thing I can do is read words off of a fucking paper. I missed you too, man! What the heck, man? Yes. I'm not even a book person. I hardly ever read books in general. The last time I actually sat down and read a book was maybe... Oh great, my dogs are barking. Was maybe... The last time I actually sat down and read a book, like, that I actually enjoyed and wasn't for a class, was probably in maybe, like, 4th or 5th grade. And it was probably the Warrior Cat series, knowing me. Other than that, it's been manga. I usually just read manga, but I haven't even read a manga in a long time, since, like, last year or so. So, The House on Mango Street. This is the 25th anniversary edition. This was only 25 years ago? Okay. That's right. This book's older than you, Caleb. Alright, here's to all these book nerds who love fucking books and shit. If you have this book, kudos. I don't know what to fucking do. This book is, who is this dedicated? Even when I forced a goodbye. Honestly, mood. Who's this dedicated to? I wrote my name in here. The tiny print. I get it. I don't want to read about who it's by. It's also in partial Spanish, I guess. And I can't read Spanish, like, fully. Shush. The Warrior Cats. It's like, I don't know how to explain. I haven't read it in years. It's these cats, right? And they're a part of a clan. They got Star Clan, the Fire Clan. I don't even know what the fucking clan names are. But you got all these clans and stuff. And they're just cats that are a part of them. There's no humans. It's just cats. It's just cats. So, I don't know what this says. Las mujeres to the women. Thank you. I know I got good taste. And I don't know what that says. If anybody can even understand what I said. There's 109 chapters, but they're really short chapters. I don't really care about her life story, even though it's part of the fucking homework. But I'm not gonna. I want to read about a person really. House on Mango Street. Who is this dedicated? Just give me. Is there no dedicated to? What kind of book is this? There's always a dedicated to. Get out of here. What the fuck? Please use a keyframe sequence of 4 seconds or less. What do you mean keyframe sequence? Yeah, here. Yeah, you keyframe. What do you mean Hold up. Please use a keyframe sequence of 4 seconds or less. Current keyframes are not being sent often enough, which can cause buffering. I bet. I don't even know where to get that from. Keyframe. It's on 0. What do you want me to do? Send a fucking message to Zeus? The might of the fucking Lord? Be like, hey Zeus, turn on my fucking keyframe. Fuck you. You know what? Fuck the YouTube fucking thing. Get out of here. Open up that shit. Get that shit open. shit is not gonna fucking lag on me. If I want to read my book, I will. I will fucking read my book and have fun with it. And tell me that it's... Okay, if it just lags, just tell me or something. Alright. The house on Mango Street. It's dedicated to apparently no one. It might have been dedicated to her mother. Because my teacher said something like that, but I don't see it anymore in the goddamn book, so... Alright. The house on Mango Street. We didn't always live on Mango Street. Before that, we lived on Loomis, on the 3rd floor. And before that, we lived on Keeler. Before Keeler, it was Paulina. And before that, I can't remember. But what I do remember most is moving a lot. Each time it seemed there'd be one more of us. By the time we got to Mango Street, there were 6. Mama, Papa, Carlos, Kiki, my sister Nenny, and me. The house on Mango Street is ours, and we don't have to pay rent to anybody, or share the yard with people downstairs, or be careful not to make too much noise. And there isn't a landlord banging on the ceiling with a broom. 'Cause flip school! Don't forget, you gotta do hecking. Gotta do that hecking project, man. Things have been going fucking off stream. Ow. Ow. Just hit my hand on the mic. Things have been going off schedule for a couple months now. I gotta get to it, man. Actually hurt my goddamn hand. Ow. Ow. I can like feel my bones fucking bruised. Ouch. Read me a bedtime. I will read you this book for your bedtime story. Go to sleep. Sleep. But even so, it's not the house we thought we'd get. We had to leave the flat on Loomis quick. The water pipes broke and the landlord wouldn't fix them because the house was too old. We had to leave fast. We were using the washroom next door and carrying water over in empty milk gallons. That's why Mama and Papa looked for a house, and that's why we moved to the house on Mango Street, far away on the other side of town. They always told us that one day we would move into a house, a real house that would be ours for always. Wait. A real house that would be ours for always. Okay. Real house that would be ours for always. So we wouldn't have real stair. Wait, what the fuck? I closed the book by accident and lost my place. So we wouldn't have much to move. We wouldn't have to move each year. And our house would have running water and pipes that worked, and inside it would have real stairs. Not hallway stairs, but stairs inside the houses, like on TV. There's a lag of 1 minute. Wow. Isn't that just great? And we have a basement, we had a basement and at least 3 washrooms, so then we could take a bath and we wouldn't have to tell everybody. Our house would be white with trees around it, a great big yard and grass growing without a fence. This was the house Papa talked about when he held a lottery ticket, and this was the house Mama dreamed of in stories she told us before she went to bed, or we went to bed. I can't read. And this was the day I found out I had dyslexia, which I probably don't, but, you know, I always could, because I can't read for shit. But the house on Mango Street is not the way they told it at all. It's small and red with tight steps in front and windows so small you think they were holding their breath. Bricks are crumbling in places, and the front door is so swollen you have to push hard to get in. There's no front yard, only 4 little elms the city planted by the curb. Out back is a small garage for the car, which we don't own yet, and a small yard that looks smaller between 2 buildings on either side. There are stairs in our house, but they're ordinary hallway stairs, and the house has only 1 washroom. Everyone has to share a bedroom, Mama and Papa, Carlos and Kiki, me and Nenny. Once we were living on Loomis, a nun from my school passed by and saw me playing out front. The laundromat downstairs had been boarded up because it had been robbed 2 days before, and the owner had painted on the wood, "Yes, we're open," so as not to lose business. "Where do you live?" she asked. "There," I said, pointing up to the 3rd floor. "You live there?" "There." I had to look where she pointed. The 3rd floor, the paint peeling, wooden bars Papa had nailed on the window so we wouldn't fall out. "You live there?" The way she said it made me feel nothing. There. I lived there, I nodded. I knew then I had to have a house, a real house, one I could point to, but this isn't it. The house on Mango Street isn't it. For the time being, Mama says. For the time being, Mama says. Temporary, Papa says. But I know how those things go. I skipped a page. No, I didn't. Hairs. Everybody in our family has different hair. My papa's hair is like a broom, all up in the air, and me, my hair is lazy. It never obeys barrettes or bands. Carlos's hair is thick and straight. He doesn't need to comb it. Nenny's hair is slippery, slides out of your hand, and Kiki, who's the youngest, has hair like fur. But my mother's hair, like little rosettes. Rosettes, yeah. Like little candy circles. All curly and pretty because she pinned it in pin girls all day. Sweet to put your nose into when she's holding you and you feel safe, and the warm smell of bread before you bake it. It's the smell when she makes the room for you on her side of the bed, still warm with her skin, and you sleep near her. The rain falling outside and Papa snoring. The snoring, the rain, and Mama's hair that smells like bread. This is wholesome. Boys and girls. The boys and girls live in separate worlds. The boys in their universe and we in ours. My brothers, for example. They've got plenty to say to me and Nenny inside our house, but outside they can't be seen talking to girls. Carlos and Kiki are there for each other's best friends. Better safe. Carlos and Kiki are each other's best friends, not ours. Nenny is too young to be my friend. She's just my sister, and that was not my fault. You don't pick your sisters, you just get them, and sometimes they come like Nenny. She can't play with all those... okay, that's not said vagina, it says Varga? What the fuck? She can't play with those Varga kids or she'll turn out like them. Oh, I guess it's a family. Well, those Varga kids or she'll turn out just like them. And since she comes right after me, she is my responsibility. Someday, I will have a best friend. Someday, I will have a best friend all my own. One I can tell my secrets to, one who will understand my jokes without having to explain them. Till then, I'm a red balloon. A balloon tied to an anchor. My name. Ooh, we have to make a story about this, but not. We have to make a PowerPoint about this, but kind of not. In English, my name means hope. In Spanish, it means too many letters. It means sadness. It means waiting. It is like the number 9, a muddy color. It's the Mexican records my father plays on Sunday mornings when he's shaving. Songs like Sobbing. It was. She came with a vagina. The baby. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It was my great grandmother's name, and now it's mine. She was a horsewoman too, born like me in the Chinese year of a horse, which is supposed to be bad luck if you're born female. But I think it's a Chinese lie because the Chinese, like Mexicans, don't like their women strong. My great grandmother. I would have liked to have known her. A wild horse of a woman, so wild she wouldn't marry, until my great grandfather threw a sack over her head and carried her off. Just like that, as if she were a fancy chandelier. That's the way he did it. And the story goes she never forgave him. She looked out the window her whole life, the way so many women sit, their sadness on an elbow. I wonder if she made the best with what she got, or was she sorry because she couldn't be all the things that she wanted to be. Esperanza. I have inherited her name, but I don't want to inherit her place by the window. At school, they say my name is funny because of all the syllables. At school, they say my name's funny as if all the syllables were made out of tin and hurt the roof of your mouth. But in Spanish, my name is made out of a softer something, like silver. Not as thick as my sister's name, Magdalena. Which is uglier than mine. Magdalena, who at least can come home and become Nenny, but I'm always Esperanza. I would like to baptize myself under a new name. A name more like the real me. The one nobody sees. Esperanza as Linzandra or Maritza or ZZ the X. Yes, something like ZZ the X will do. That was probably my favorite part, because it sounded so fucking edgy. I was like, ZZ the X. Dang. Kathy, Queen of Cats. She says, oh shoot. She says I'm the great-great-grandcousin of the Queen of France. She lives upstairs, over there, next door to Joe and the baby grabber. Oh, Joe with the baby grabber, that's not. Keep away from him, she says. He's full of danger. Benny and Blanca own the corner of the store. They're okay, except don't lean on the candy counter. That shows the real me. ZZ the X. Honestly, that's a big mood. Two girls raggedy as a rats live across the street. You don't want to know them. Edna's the lady who owns the building next to you. She used to own a building big as a whale, but her brother sold it. Their mother said, no, don't ever sell it. I won't. And then she closed her eyes, and he sold it. Alicia is stuck up ever since she went to college. She used to like me, but now she doesn't. Kathy, who is the queen of cats, has cats and cats and cats and cats. Baby cats, big cats, skinny cats, sick cats. Cats asleep like little donuts. Cats on top of the refrigerator. Is this me? Cats taking a walk on the dinner table. Her house is like cat heaven. You want a friend? She says. Okay, I'll be your friend. But only till next Tuesday. Only till next Tuesday. That's when we move away. Got to. Then as if she forgot I just moved in, she says the neighbors are getting bad. She says the neighborhood is getting bad. Kathy's father will have to fly to France one day and find her great distant grandcousin on her father's side and inherit the family house. How do I know this is so? She told me so. Hey look, it's me. In the meantime, they'll just have to move a little further north from Mango Street. A little farther away every time people like us keep moving in. Our good day. If you give me $5, I will be your friend forever. That's what the little ones tell me. $5 is a cheap price since I don't have any friends except Kathy, who is only my friend till Tuesday. $5. She's trying to get somebody to chip in so they can buy a bicycle from this kid named Tito. They already have $10 and all they need is 5 more. Only $5, she says. Don't talk to them, says Kathy. Can't you see they smell like a broom? But I like them. Their clothes are crooked and old. They're wearing shiny Sunday shoes without socks. Makes their bald ankles all red, but I really like them. Especially the big one who laughs with all her teeth. I like her even though she lets out little one to do all the talking. I like her even though she lets the little one do all the talking. $5, the little one says. Only 5. Kathy's tugging my arm and I know whatever I do next will make her mad forever. $5 footlong. Wait a minute, I say. I run to the side. I run inside to get the $5. I have $3 saved and I take 2 of Nenny's. She's not home, but I'm sure she'll be glad when she finds out we own a bike. When I get back, Kathy's gone like I knew she would be, but I don't care. I have 2 new friends and a bike too. My name is Lucy, the big one says. This here's Rachel, my sister. I'm her sister, says Rachel. Who are you? And I wish my name was Cassandra or Alexis or Maritza, anything but Esperanza, but when I tell them my name, they don't laugh. We come from Texas, Lucy says and grins. Her was born here. Oh, okay, there's no, like, this is just her, I guess this is her writing in, like, a diary, because there's no exclamation mark, there's no, quotation marks anywhere in this book. So this is, hard to read sometimes. We come from Texas, Lucy says and grins. Her was born here, but me, I'm Texas. You mean, she, I say. No, I'm from Texas, and doesn't get it. No, I'm from Texas, and doesn't get it. I put my finger on the book and slid it up as if this was a fucking phone. I hate this. I hate being born in this generation. This bike is 3 ways out. Shut up. Shut up. There's no fucking This bike is 3 ways ours, says Rachel, who's thinking already ahead. Mine today, Lucy's tomorrow, and yours day after. But everybody wants to ride it today because the bike is new, so we decided to take turns after tomorrow. Today it all belongs to all of us. Today it belongs to all of us. I don't tell them about Nenny just. I don't tell them about Nenny just yet. It's too complicated. Yes, I swiped up on a book. I know. I hate being fucking. Ugh, I hate being a kid. Especially since Rachel almost put out. Especially since Rachel almost put out Lucy's eye. Wait, what? Especially since Rachel almost put out Lucy's eye about who. I don't understand this thing. Who was going to get the ride first, but finally we agreed to ride together. Why not? Because Lucy has long legs, she pedals. I sit on the backseat and Rachel is skinny enough to get up on those handlebars, which makes the bike feel all wobbly. Makes the bike all wobbly as if the wheels are spaghetti. But after a bit, you get used to it. We ride faster and faster, past my house, sad and red and crumbly in places, past Mr. Benny's grocery on the corner, down the avenue, which is dangerous, laundromat, junk store, drugstore, windows and cars and more cars, and around the block, back to Mango. People on the bus wave, very fat lady crossing the street says, "You sure got quite a load there." Rachel shouts, "You got quite a load there too." She is very sassy, alright? Down. It's so fucking rude, Rachel, Jesus. Down, Mango Street we go. Rachel, Lucy, me, our new bike, laughing the crooked ride back. Bike's made of iron. Right? Jesus. Getting all sweaty. He's sweating! I can't ride a bike. The thing is, I knew how to ride a bike, and then I didn't ride a bike for years, went on a bike again, and like, I tried stopping, but I forgot how to stop, so I put my legs like on the ground in front of the pedals, and like, oh my god, my bike's made of iron, getting all sweaty, riding the street, wheel spaghetti. But like, I put my legs like out in front of the pedals and like put my feet to the ground to try to like brake, because I forgot how to brake. I didn't know like that you had to like just put it backwards. And my legs just got like scratched so hard on the sides, like the inner sides, and it was terrible. And I never rode a bike again. It's been years since that day. But I always hold a grudge against fucking bikes. I don't want to fucking ride one. Tell me to get on a bike, I will refuse. Just never get on one. I'll walk. But I really would like to get a bike now, because I have to walk down my street every fucking afternoon whenever I go to school. Yeah. I mean, like, I knew there was a break. I mean, I didn't know there was a break, but after, like, my sister was like, why didn't you just, like, pedal backwards? And I was like, I was like crying. I forgot how old I was. I was probably like 10. I don't know. Probably younger than that. Laughter. Nenny and I don't like sisters. Not right away. Not the way you can tell with Rachel and Lucy, who have the same fat popsicle lips like everybody else in their family. That's nice. But me and Nenny, we're more alike than you would know. Our laughter, for example, not the shy ice cream bells giggle of Rachel and Lucy's family, but all of a sudden and surprise like a big pile of dishes breaking and other things I can't explain. Was this me? Me? One day, we were passing by a house that looked, in my mind, like houses I'd seen in Mexico. I don't know why. There was nothing about the house that looked exactly like the houses I remembered. I'm not even sure why I thought it, but it seemed to feel right. Look at that house, I said. Looks like Mexico. Rachel and Lucy look at me, like I'm crazy, but before they can let out a laugh, Nanny says, yes, that's Mexico, alright. That's what I was thinking exactly. Gil's furniture bought and sold. There's a junk store, there's a junk store. An old man owns it. We bought a used refrigerator from him once, and Carlos sold a box of magazines for $1. The store is small with just a dirty window for light. He doesn't turn on the lights unless you got money to buy things with, so in the dark we look and see all these kinds of things, me and Nenny. Tables with their feet upside down, and rows of refrigerators with round corners, and couches that spin dust in the air when you punch them, and 100 TVs that don't work properly. Everything is on top of everything, so the whole store has skinny aisles to walk through. My god, I can totally relate to this. I hate stores like this. I grew up with one. You can't get lost easy. Or you can get lost easy. I had this really old thrift store I used to go to, and the aisles were super skinny. It's a really old thrift store. The owner, he's a black man who doesn't talk much, and sometimes if you didn't know better, you could be there. Sometimes if you didn't know better, you can be in there for a long time before your eyes notice a pair of gold glasses floating in the dark. Jesus, alright, cool. Alright. Nenny, who thinks she's smart and talks to any old man, asks a lot of questions. Me, I never said nothing to him except once when I bought the Statue of Liberty for $10. Wow. But Nenny, I hear her asking one time how there's this man. I hear her asking one time how's this here and the man. Flash. Girl has flip store PTSD. Dude, it had great stuff. I got a lot of my toys from there, but it was just tiny. I remember how the fuck. I hear her asking one time, how's this here, and the man says, this is a music box. And I turn around quick, thinking he means a pretty box. Flowers painted on it, ballerina inside. Only, there's nothing like that where this old man's pointing. Just a wood box that's old and got a big brass record in it with holes. And he starts it all up and all sorts of things starts happening. It's like all of a sudden he let go of 1,000,000 moths all over the dusty furniture and swan neck shadows in their bones. It's like drops of water. Or the marimbas, or with a funny little... Only with a funny little plucked sound to it, like if you're running your fingers across the teeth with a metal comb. Then I don't know why, but I have to turn around and pretend I don't care about the box, so Nanny won't see how stupid I am. But Nanny, who is stupider, already is asking how much. And I can see her fingers going for the quarters in her pants pocket. The old man says, shutting the... This ain't for sale. Meme or tits? It's a meme, but it's spelled meme. No! Shit! Sandra Cisneros fucking invented the meme, y'all. Mimi Ortiz. I'm gonna fucking read this as meme, probably. Mimi Ortiz. Ortiz. Not tits, that's weird. Mimi Ortiz moved into Kathy's house after her family moved away. His name- his name isn't really Mimi. His name's Juan, but when he asked him what his name was, he said Mimi. And that's what everybody calls him except his mother. Mimi has a dog with gray eyes, a sheepdog with 2 names. Oh. One in English and one in Spanish. The dog is big like a man dressed in a dog suit. It runs the same way like his owner does, clumsy and wild with all the limbs flopping all over the place like untied shoes. Kathy's father built a house Mimi moved into. Kathy's father built a house Mimi moved into. I'm just gonna say meme. Might not even be Mimi, it might be Meme. I don't know. This is upsetting me. Me moved into. It's wooden, inside the floor slant, some rooms uphill, some down. There are no closets. Out front there are 21 steps, all lopsided and jutting like crooked teeth. Made that way up. Made that way on purpose. Kathy said so the rain will slide off. And when Meme's mama called, God, that's so fucking weird to look at. Mimi mama. When Meme's mama comes from the doorway, Meme goes scrambling up the 21 wooden staircases with a dog with 2 names scrambling after him. Goodbye, Caleb. Goodbye, Caleb. Around the back is a yard, mostly dirt and a greasy bunch of boards that used to be a garage, but what you remember most is this huge tree with fat arms and mighty families of squirrels and the huger branches. All around the neighborhood are roofs. All around the neighborhood of roofs, black tarred and A-framed. What the fuck? All around the neighborhood of roofs, black tarred and A-framed. And in their gutters, the balls that never came back down to earth. Down at the base of the tree, the dog with 2 names barks into the empty air. There at the end of the block, looking smaller still, our house with its feet tucked under like a cat. This was the tree we chose for the first annual Tarzan jumping contest. Meme won and broke both arms. Alright, Jesus Christ. Louis, his cousin, and his other cousin. Downstairs from Meme's is a basement apartment that Meme's mother fixed up and returned to Puerto Rican family. Louis' family. Louis is the oldest in a family of little sisters. He's my brother's friend, really, but I know he has 2 cousins, and that his t-shirt never stays untucked of his pants. Louis' girl cousin is older than us. She lives with Louis' family because her own family's in Puerto Rico. Her name is Marin or Maris or something like that, and she wears dark nylons all the time and lots of makeup she gets free from selling Avon. She can't come out, gotta babysit with Louis' sisters, but she stands in the doorway a lot, and all the time singing, clicking her fingers the same song. Apples, peaches, pumpkin, pie. You're in love and so am I. What the fuck? Wish I knew that song. Louis has another cousin. We only saw him once, but it was important. We were playing volleyball in the alley when he drove up this big, great yellow Cadillac with white walls and a yellow scarf tied around the mirror. Louis' cousin had his arm out of the window. He honked a couple of times, and a lot of the faces looked out from Louis. He honked a lot of times, and a lot of faces looked out from Louis' back window, and then a lot of people came out. Louis, Martin, and all of his little sisters. Everybody looked inside the car and asked where he got it. There were white rugs and white leather seats. We all asked for a ride and asked where he got it. Louis' cousin said, "Get in." We each had to sit with one of Louis' little sisters on our lap, but that was okay. The seats were big and soft like a sofa, and there was a little white cat in the back window whose eyes lit up when the car stopped or turned. The windows didn't roll up like ordinary cars. Instead, there was a button that did it for you automatically. We rode up the alley and around the block 6 times, but Louis' cousin said he was going to make us all walk home if we didn't stop playing with the windows or touching the FM radio. The 7th time we drove to the alley, we heard sirens, real quick at first, but then louder. Louis' cousin stopped the car right where we were and said, "Everybody out of the car." Then he took off, flooring the car into a yellow blur. We hardly had time to think about the car. We hardly had time to think when the cop car pulled into the alley, going just as fast. We saw the yellow Cadillac at the end of the block trying to make a left-hand turn, but our alley is too skinny and the car crashed into a lamppost. Marin screamed and we ran down the block to where the cop's car siren spun a dizzy blue. The nose of that yellow Cadillac was all pleated like an alligator's, and except for a bloodied lip and a bruised forehead, Louis' cousin was okay. They put handcuffs on him and put him in the back seat of the cop car, and we all waved as they drove away. It's fucking sad. Marin's boyfriend is in Puerto Rico. She shows us his letters and makes us promise not to tell anyone that they're getting married when she goes back to PR. When he says that literally PR. She says he didn't get a job yet, but she's saving all the money she gets from selling Avon and taking care of her cousins. Marin says that if she stays here next year, she's going to get a real job downtown because that's where the best jobs are. Since you always get to look beautiful and get to wear nice clothes and can meet someone in the subway who might marry you and take you to live in a big house far away. But next year, Louis' parents are going to send her back to her mother's with a letter saying she's too much trouble. And that is too bad because I like Marin. She's older and knows a lot of things. She's the one who told us how Davy and Baby... what the fuck? She's the one who told us how Davy the baby's sister got pregnant and what cream is best for taking off mustache hair, and if you count the white flecks on your fingernails, you know how many boys are thinking of you. And lots of other things I can't remember now. We never see Marin until her aunt comes home from work, and even then, she can only stay out the front. She can only stay out front. She's there every night with the radio. When the light in her aunt's room goes out, Marin lights a cigarette, and doesn't matter if it's cold out or if the radio doesn't work or if the radio doesn't work or if we've got nothing to say to each other. What matters, Marin says, is for the boys to see us and for us to see them. And since Marin's skirts are shorter, and since her eyes are prettier, and since Marin is older than us, in many ways, the boys who do pass by say stupid things like, "I'm in love with those green apples you call eyes, give them to me, why don't you?" Marin just looks at them without even blinking, and is not afraid. Marin, under the streetlight, dancing by herself, is singing the same song somewhere, I know. She's waiting for our car to stop, a star to fall, someone to change her life. Oh, this is a short one. Those who don't know any better come into our neighborhood scared. They think we're dangerous. They think we'll attack them with shiny knives. They're stupid people who are lost and got here by mistake. But we aren't afraid. We know the guy with the crooked eye is Davy the baby's brother, and the tall one next to him in the straw brim, that's Rosa's Eddie V. And the big one that looks like a dumb grown man, he's Fat Boy. Though he's not afraid, he's not fat anymore, nor a boy. All brown, all around, we are safe. But watch us drive into a neighborhood of another color, and our knees go shickety shake, and our car windows get rolled up tight, and our eyes look straight. Yeah, that's how it goes, and that's how it goes and goes. Rosa Vargas kids are wait, what is this? There was an old woman. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. Oh Jesus. Rosa Vargas kids are too many and too much. It's not her fault, you know, except she is their mother and only one against so many. They are bad, those Vargases, and how they can help it with only one mother who is all tired all the time from buttoning and bottling and babying, who cries every day for the man who left without even leaving $1 for a bologna or a note explaining how come. The kids bend trees and bounce between cars and dangle upside down from knees and almost break like fancy museum vases when you can't replace them. They think it's funny. They're without respect for all living things. For all things living, including themselves. But after a while, you get tired of being worried about the kids who aren't even yours. One day, they're playing chicken on Mr. Benny's roof. Mr. Benny's roof. Mr. Benny says, "Hey, ain't you kids no better than to be swinging up there? Come down here right now." Then they just split. See, that's what I mean. No wonder everybody gave up. Just stopped looking out when little Efren. Just stopped looking out when little Efren chipped his buck tooth on a parking meter and didn't even stop Refugia from getting her head stuck between two slates in the back gate, and nobody looked up once when they saw Angel Vargas leaned out. Oh. and nobody looked up, not once, the day Angel Vargas learned how to fly and drop from the sky like a sugar donut, or just like a falling star. A sugar donut, just like a falling star, and exploded down to Earth without even an O. Alicia, who sees mice. Close your eyes and they'll go away, her father says, or you're just imagining. And anyway, a woman's place is sleeping. So she can wake up early with the tortilla star. The one that appears early just in time to rise and catch the hind leg hides behind the sink. That was great. Meet the four-clawed tub under the swollen floorboards nobody fixes in the corner of your eyes. Alicia, whose mama died, is sorry there is no one older to rise and make the lunchbox tortillas. Alicia, who inherited her mama's rolling pin and sleepiness, is young and smart and studies for the first time at the university. 2 trains and a bus because she doesn't want to spend her whole life in a factory or behind a rolling pin. Is a good friend, my friend. Studies all night and sees the mice, the ones her father says do not exist. Is afraid of nothing except 4-legged fur and fathers. Darius and the clouds. You can never have too much sky. You fall asleep and wake up drunk on the sky. The sky can keep you safe and warm when you're sad. Here there is too much sadness and not enough sky. Butterflies are too few, and so are flowers and most things that are beautiful. Still, we take what we can get and make the best of it. Darius, who doesn't like school, who is sometimes stupid and mostly a fool, said something wise today, though most days he says nothing. Darius, who chases girls with firecrackers or a stick that touched a rat and thinks he's tough, today pointed up because the world was full of clouds, like pillows. See that cloud? Fat one there? Darius said. See that? Where? The one next to the one that looks like popcorn. That one there. See that? That's God, Darius said. God? Somebody little asked. God, he said. And made it simple. And some more. The Eskimos got 30 different names for snow, I say. I read it in a book. I got a cousin, Rachel says. She got 3 different names. There ain't 30 different kinds of snow, Lucy says. There ain't 2 kinds. Clean kind. There are 2 kinds. The clean kind and the dirty kind. Clean and dirty. Only 2. There are a million zillion kinds. There are a million zillion kinds, says Nenny. No 2 exactly alike. Only how do you remember which one is which? She got 3 last names and, let me see, 2 first names. 1 in English and 1 in Spanish. And clouds at least 10 different names, I say. Names for clouds? And he asks, names just like you and me? That up there? That's Columbus. Or Cumulus. Shit, I cannot read. And everybody looks up. Cumulus are cute, Rachel says. She would say, something like that. What's that one here? And he asks, pointing a finger. That's Cumulus too. They're all Cumulus today. Cumulus, Cumulus, Cumulus. No, she says, that there is Nancy, otherwise known as Pig Eye. And that one over there is her cousin Mildred. Little Joey, Marco, Neridia, and Sue. They're all different kinds of clouds. How many different kinds of clouds can you think of? Well, there's these already that kind of look like shaving cream. What about the kind that looks like you combed your hair? Yes, those are clouds too. Phyllis, Ted, Alfredo, and Julie. There are these clouds that look like big fields of sheep, Rachel says. They're my favorite. Or them are my favorite. And don't forget Nimbus and Rain Cloud. I add, that's something. Jose and Dagoberto, Alicia, Raul, Edna, Alma, and Ricky. There's that white puffy cloud that looks like your face when you wake up after falling asleep without your clothes on. Is that me? Ronaldo, Angelo, Albert, Armando, Mario. Not my face. Looks like your fat face. Rita, Margie, Ernie. Who's fat face? Esperanza's fat face. That's who. Looks like Esperanza's ugly face when she comes to school in the morning. Anita, Stella, Dennis, and Lolo. Who are you calling ugly, ugly? Richie, Yolanda, Hector, Stevie, Vincent. Not you. Your mama. That's who. My mama. Better not be saying something like that. Lucy Guerrero. Better not be talking like that, else you can say goodbye to being my friend forever. I'm saying your mama's ugly like, bare feet in September. That does it. Both of you better get out of my yard before I call my brothers. Oh, we're only playing. I can think of 30 Eskimo words for you, Rachel. 30 words that I can say what you are. Oh yeah, well, I can think of some more. Uh-oh. Nenny better get the broom. Too much trash in our yard today. Frankie, Licha, still thinking of names. Frankie, Licha, Maria, Pee-wee. Nenny, you better tell your sister she's really crazy because Lucy and me ain't never coming back here again. Forever. Reggie, Elizabeth, Lisa, Louise. You can do what you want to, Nenny, but better not talk to Lucy or Rachel if you want to be my sister. You know what you are, Esperanza? You're like the... oh, shoot. You're like the cream of the white cereal. You're like the lumps. Yeah? And you're like foot fleas, that's you! Chicken lips, Rosemary, Delilah, Lily, cockroach jelly, Jean, Geranium, Geranium and Joe, Cold, Frijoles, Mimi, Michael, Mo, fucking Mo. I'm thinking of Mo from Legendary Starfy. Your mama's frijoles. Your ugly mama's toes. That's stupid. Bebe, Blanca, Benny. Who's stupid? Rachel, Lucy, Esperanza, and Nenny. Aw. I like that. The family of little feet. There was a family. All were little. Their arms were little. Their hands were little. Their height was not tall, and their feet were very small. Their grandpa slept on the living room couch and snored through his teeth. His feet were flat and doughy like thick tamales, and these he powdered and stuffed into white socks and brown leather shoes. Grandma's feet were lovely as pink pearls and dressed in velvety high heels that made her walk with a wobble, but she wore them anyway because they were pretty. The baby's feet had 10 tiny toes, pale and see-through, ew, like a salamander's, ew. Then he popped into his little mouth whenever he was hungry, ew. The mother's feet, plump and polite. This is fucking gross. I don't want to read about fucking feet. I don't have fucking feet. Why is it so long? It's longer than any other chapter. My God. I don't want to fucking deal with feet. Fucking foot fetish, an entire chapter of it. Ah. Mother's feet, plump and polite, descended like white pigeons from the sea pillow across the linoleum roses, down the wooden stairs, over the chalk hopscotch squares, 5, 6, 7, blue sky. Do you want this? No, I don't. Do you want this? And gave us a paper bag with those pair of lemon shoes and one red and one of what? And gave us a paper bag with one pair of lemon shoes and one red and one pair of advancing shoes that used to be white but were now pale blue. Here. And we said thank you and waited until she went upstairs. Hooray! Today we are Cinderella because our feet fit exactly. And we laugh at Rachel's 1 foot with girly gray sock and lady's high heel. Do you like those shoes? But the truth is, it's scary to look down at your foot it's scary to look down at your foot that is no longer yours and see attached a long leg. That's alright. Everybody wants to trade. The lemon shoes for the red shoes, the red for the pair that were once white but are now blue, pale blue for the lemon. Take them off and put them back and keep them on like it's a long time tired. Then Lucy screams, take our socks off, and yes, it's true. We have legs. Wow! Skinny and spotted with satin scars where scabs were picked, but legs all our own. Good to look at and long. No! No. It's Rachel who learns to walk the best, all strutted in those magic high heels. She teaches us to cross and uncross our legs, how to run like double Dutch rope, and to run like a double Dutch rope, and how to walk down the corner so that shoes pop out to you with every step. That's weird. I don't like this chapter. Started off with a bad start, and that's just weird. Lucy, Rachel, me, teetottering like so. Down to the corner where the men can't take their eyes off us. We must be Christmas. Mr. Benny at the corner grocery puts down his important cigar. Your brother know you got shoes like that? Who gave you those? Nobody. Them were dangerous, he says. Your girl's too young to be wearing shoes like that. Take them off. Take them shoes off before I call the cops. But we just run. How do you run in those shoes? I don't even have his high heels. On the avenue, a boy on a boy on a homemade bicycle calls out, "Ladies, lead me to heaven." There's nobody around but us. Do you like these shoes? You like these shoes? Rachel says yes, and Lucy says yes, and yes, I say, these are the best shoes. We'll never go back to wearing the other kind again. Do you like these shoes? No. In front of the laundromat, 6 girls with the same fat face pretended we are invisible. The white cousins, Lucy says, and always jealous. We just keep strutting. Across the street in front of the tavern, a bum man on the stoop. Do you like these shoes? Bum man says, yes, little girl. Your little lemon shoes are so beautiful, but come closer. Can't see very well. Come closer, please. You're a pretty girl, bum man continues. What's your name, pretty girl? I don't like this. And Rachel says Rachel, just like that. Now you know to talk to drunks is crazy, and tell them your name is worse, but who can blame her? She's young and dizzy. She's young and dizzy to hear so many sweet things in one day. Even if it's just a bum man's whiskey word saying them. Even if it is a bum man's whiskey word saying them. Okay. Rachel, you're prettier than a yellow taxi cab. You know that? But we don't like it. You gotta go, Lucy says. If I give you $1, will you kiss me? About $1. I give you $1. He looks in his pocket for money. If you go right now, Lucy says. We have to go right now, Lucy says, taking Rachel's hand because she looks like she's thinking about that $1. But man is yelling something through the air by now. But by now, we are running fast and far away, our high-heeled shoes taking us all the way down to the avenue and around the block. Past those ugly cousins, past Mr. Benny's past Mr. Benny's, up Mango Street, and back way, just in case. Or the back way, just in case. We're tired of being beautiful. Lucy has the lemon shoes and red shoes, and the shoes that used to be white are now pale blue under a powerful bushel basket on the back porch. Till one Tuesday, her mother, who is very clean, throws them away, but no one complains. A rice sandwich. The special kids, the one who wear keys around their necks, get to eat in the canteen. The canteen! Even the name sounds important. And these kids at lunchtime go there because their mothers are home. The mothers aren't home, or home is too far away to get to. My home isn't far, but it's not close either. Somehow I got it in my head to one day ask my mother to make me a sandwich and write a note to the principal so I could eat in the canteen too. Oh no, she said, pointing the butter knife at me as if I'm starting trouble. No, sir. Next thing you know, everybody will be wanting a bag lunch. I'll be up in there all night cutting sandwiches, cutting bread into little triangles, this one with mayonnaise, that one with mustard, no pickles on mine, but mustard on one side, please. Kids like you kids just like to invent more work for me. But Nanny says she doesn't want to eat at school, ever, because she likes to go home with her best friend, Gloria, who lives across the schoolyard. Gloria's mama has a big color TV, and all they do is watch cartoons. Kiki and Carlos, on the other hand, are patrol boys. They don't want to eat. They don't want to eat at school either. They just like to stand out in the cold, especially if it's raining. They think suffering is good for you ever since they saw the movie 300 Spartans. I've never heard that movie. I'm no Spartan, and hold up and I make risks to prove it. I can't even blow up a balloon without getting dizzy. Me! And besides, I know how to make my own lunch. If I ate at school, there'd be less dishes to wash. You would see me less and less, and like me better. Every day at noon, my chair would be empty. Where's my favorite daughter? You would cry. When I'd come home, finally at 3 p.m., you would appreciate me. Okay, my mother says after 3 days of this. And following the morning, I get to go to school with my mother's letter and a rice sandwich because we don't have lunch meat. I don't know what a rice sandwich is, but alright. Mondays or Fridays, it doesn't matter. Mondays or Fridays, it doesn't matter. Mornings always go by slow. And this day especially. But lunchtime came by, and finally I got to get in the line with the stay-at-school kids. Everything is fine until the nun who knows all the canteen kids by heart looks at me and says, "You, who sent you here?" And since I am shy, I don't say anything. Just hold out my hand with the letter. This is no good, she says, till Sister Superior gives the okay. Go upstairs and see her. And so I went. I had to wait for 2 kids in front of me to get hollered at. One because he did something in class, the other because he didn't. My turn came, and I stood in front of her. I stood in front of her in the big desk with holy pictures under the glass while the Sister Superior read my letter. It went like this. Dear Sister Superior, please let Esperanza eat in the lunchroom because she lives too far away and she gets tired. As you can see, she's very skinny. I hope to God she does not faint. Thank you, Mrs. E. Cordero. Mrs. E. Cordero. You don't live far, she says. You live across the boulevard. That's only 4 blocks, not even. 3 maybe. 3 long blocks away from here. I bet you can see the house from your window. Which one? Come here. Which one is your house? Then she made me stand up on a box of books and point. That one? She said, pointing to a row of ugly 3-flats and one even raggedy, and the ones even the raggedy men are ashamed to go to. Yes, I nodded, though I knew it wasn't my house, and I started to cry. I always cry when nuns yell at me, even if they're not yelling. That's me! But it's not with nuns, it's with anybody. Then she was so sorry, and all I could say was just for Then she was so sorry and said I could stay, just for today, not tomorrow or the day after. You go home. And I said yes, and could I please have a Kleenex? I had to blow my nose. In the canteen, which was nothing special, lots of boys and girls watched while I cried and ate my sandwich. Bread already greasy and the rice cold. Chanclas. I can't read. Chanclas? C-H-A-N-C-L-A-S? Chanclas? Chanclas. Ah! This is the 10-hour fucking Mario version. Yeah. The new clothes, and yes, she got the socks. The new slip. Wait. The new clothes, and yes, she's got the socks. Wait, it's me. Mama said. I open up, and there's this big bag. I open up, and she's there with bags and big boxes. New clothes, and yes, she's got the socks and a new slip with a little rose on it and pink and white striped dress. What about the shoes? I forgot. Too late now. I'm tired. Whew. 6:30 already. My little cousin's baptism is over. All day waiting. The door's locked. Don't open up for nobody. Now, and I don't till Mama gets back and buys everything except the shoes. Now Uncle Nacho is coming in his car. We have to hurry to get to the Precious Blood Church quick because that's where the baptism party is. My throat's dry, but I'll have water. In the basement, ready for today, for dancing and tamales and everybody's kids running around all over the place. Mama dances, laughs, dances. All of a sudden, Mama's sick. I fan her hot face with a paper plate. Too many tamales, but Uncle Nacho says too many this. Uncle Nacho says too many this and tilts his thumb up to his lips. Alright. Cool. Everybody's laughing except me, because I'm wearing the new... Everybody's laughing except me, because I'm wearing the new dress. Pink and white with stripes and new underclothes and new socks. And the old saddle shoes I wear to school. Brown and white. Kinda get every December because they last long, and they do. My feet scuffled around and the heels all crooked. That look dumb with this dress, so I just said. Meanwhile, the boy who's my cousin by first communion. I don't even fucking know just say cousin. Meanwhile, the boy who's my cousin by first communion or something asked me to dance, and I can't. Just stuff my feet under the metal folding chair. Just stuff my feet under the metal folding chair. Just stuff my feet under the metal folding chair stamped precious blood in pink on a wad of brown gum that's stuck beneath the seat. I shake my head no. My feet growing bigger and bigger. Then Uncle Nacho is pulling and pulling my arm and doesn't matter. Then Uncle Nacho is pulling and pulling my arm, and it doesn't matter how new the dress Mama bought is, because my feet are ugly. Because my feet are ugly until my uncle, who is a liar, says, "You're the prettiest girl here. You will dance," but I believe him, and yes, we are dancing. My Uncle Nacho and me, only I don't want to at first. My feet swell big and heavy like plungers, and I drag them across the linoleum floor, straight center, where Uncle wants to show off the new dance we learned. It smells like fucking food, and I want to go get food, but it smells like fucking delicious food, but And Uncle spins me, and my skinny arms bend the way he taught me, and my mother watches, and my little cousins watch, and the boy who's my cousin by first communion watches, and everyone says, "Wow, who are those two who dance like in the movies?" Until I forget that I'm wearing only ordinary shoes, brown and white, the kind my mother buys each year for school. I don't know how long I've been reading this. It says I've been streaming for like an hour, but I don't think that. Rest in peace. I'm like halfway through this book, and all I hear is the clapping when the music stops. And my uncle and me bow, and he walks back in my thick shoes to my mother, who is proud to be my mother. All night, the boy who is a man watches me dance. All night, the boy who is a man watches me dance. He watched me dance. I like coffee, like tea. The boys like me. I like the boys, and the boys like me. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. One day when you wake up and they're there. One day when you wake up and they're there, ready and waiting like new Buick with the Buick with keys in the ignition, ready to take you where. They're good for holding a baby when you're cooking, Rachel says, turning the jump rope a little quicker. She has no imagination. You need them to dance. You need them to dance, says Lucy. If you don't get them, you may turn into a man. Oh, rip. And then he says this, and she believes it. She is this way because of her age. That's right, I add before Lucy and Rachel can make fun of her. She's stupid, alright, but she is my sister. But most important, hips are scientific, I say, repeating what Alicia already told me. It's the bones that let you know which skeleton was a man's, and when it was a man, and which is a woman's. They bloom like roses. I continue because it's obvious, because I'm the one. I'm the one who can speak with any authority. I have science on my side. The bones just one day open, like that. One day you might decide to have kids, and when you're going, and then where are you gonna put them? Gotta have room. Bones gotta give. I love this. It's so funny. But don't have too many behind you, or don't have too many, or your behind will spread. That's how it is, says Rachel, whose mama is as wide as a boat, and we all just laugh. What I'm saying is, who here is ready? You gotta be able to know what you're supposed to do with hips when you get them. I say making it up as I go. You gotta know how to walk with hips, practice, you know? Like if half of you wanted to go one way and the other half the other half wanted the other. That's to lullaby it, and then he says, that's to rock the baby asleep inside you. Then she begins singing seashells, copper bells, Evie, Ivy, over. I don't know that song, but okay. Well, there's a lot of songs in here that I don't know. And then again, this book is 25 years old. I'm probably older. Ugh. When were you made? Ah, that was loud. I'm about to tell her that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but the more I think about it, you gotta get the rhythm, and Lucy begins to dance. She has the idea, though she's having trouble keeping her end of the double Dutch steady. It's gotta be just so, I say. Not too fast, and not too slow. Not too fast, and not too slow. We slow the double circles down a certain speed, so Rachel, who has... Wait. We slow down the double circles down to a certain speed, so Rachel, who has just jumped in, can practice shaking it. I want to shake it like hoochie coochie, Lucy says. She's crazy. Want to move like heebie-jeebie, I say, picking up on the cue. I want to be Tahiti, or Marengui, I don't know how to fucking say that, or electricity, or Tembulk. I don't know how to fucking say this. Yes, Tembulk. I think it's Tembulke, or Tembulke. That's a good one. And then it's Rachel who starts it. Skip, skip. Snake in your hips. Look around and break your lip. That's nice. Lucy waits a minute before her turn. She's thinking, then she begins. The waitress with her big fat hips, who pays the rent with taxi tips, says nobody in town will kiss her on the lips because she looks like Christopher Columbus. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. She misses on maybe so. I take a little while before my turn. I take a breath and dive in. Some are skinny, like chicken lips. Some are baggy, like soggy band-aids. After you get out of the bathtub, I don't care what kind I get, just as long as I get the hips. Everybody's getting into it now except for Nenny. Everybody's getting into it now except Nenny, who is still humming, not a girl, not a boy, just a little baby. She's like that. Is that me? When the two arcs open like wide jaws, Nenny jumps in. Across from me, the rope ticking. The little gold earrings her mama gave her. The little gold earrings her mama gave her for her first Holy Communion bouncing. She's the color of a bar. She's the color of a bar of naphtha. Naphtha laundry soap. She's a little brown piece left. She's a little brown piece left at the end of the wash. The hard little bone, my sister. Her mouth opens and begins. My mother and your mother were washing clothes. My mother punched your mother right in the nose. What color blood came out? What? Not that old song I say. Oh, I'm thinking of the Tarzan one where like Tarzan like fell down, and then it's like what color was his blood or something like that. Oh, it's like you get in a little circle, and then people, your hands are like out and they're faced up and they're out like up to like you're like you're just kind of like facing them on your sides, and they're not holding hands, but you're putting, actually yeah, one person's hand is on top of yours and your hand is on top of the person, so your hand is on top of the person, on the top of the person's hand who's on the right of you. So your hand's on top, their hand's on bottom, then the person to the left of you has their hand on top of yours, and it's just like a circle that's just like that, and they all and you have to like flip over your hand to the next person and say the next syllable. And the last syllable, then the last syllable you do the same thing, but I forgot the name of it, but I think it's Red Rover or something like that. It might be wrong. And you slap your hands. So you're basically just like taking your hand to like an arc shape, and you're just doing that to like, so it'd be like, what color was his blood? And at blood, if you hit the person's hand, they're out. But if you don't hit that person's hand and you hit your own hand, then you're out. I think that's how the game works. There's another one where you have to spell out a color, and at the last letter, I think it's the same thing, but I may be wrong. No, it's what color was his blood, then the color. Whoever gets hit gets to say the color, and then you have to spell out the color, and whoever, gets hit last is just kind of, you know, they're either out or they're not out, depending. I wish I could figure out what the name of that, game was, because that was, like, my favorite game in elementary school, and I haven't played it since, like, 4th grade. Not that old song I say, you gotta use your own song, make it up, you know? But she doesn't get it, or won't. It's hard to say which. The rope's turning, turning, and turning. Engine number 9, oh, I've heard this. Running down Chicago line. If the train runs off the track, do you want your money back? Do you want your money back? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. I can tell Lucy and Rachel are disgusted, but they don't say anything because she's my sister. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Nenny, I say, but she doesn't hear me. She's too many light years away. She's in a world we don't belong to anymore. Nenny, going. Why yes spells yes, and out you go. So it's been like an hour since I fucking read this. I'm gonna see if my pen's charged, because I want to draw, kind of. I really hope this is charged, because I really want to draw! Most likely is, hopefully. It's been an hour. It usually takes like an hour or so to charging. Ooh, it is, kind of. Alright. So, I read a good portion of this book, and I'm going to continue reading, hopefully. If y'all want me to read this book more, go ahead! I guess? I don't know, nobody's really here, so rest in peace, I guess. If y'all don't want me to read this book anymore, then... Alright, cool. That's you. Even nobody's watching, so... I guess. I think I'm gonna switch to... drawing. Actually, I might not. Because I kinda don't want to. Because I don't know how much I was supposed to read of this book exactly. I read a good portion of it. I've read up to page 53 out of 100 or so, so I read at least half the book. Actually, I read almost half, the 110 pages. So, I read like half the book. So that's good. So, I didn't do much of anything on the stream except for read. If you like me reading, then tell me, or something, I guess.